On June 17, 2016, someone drained $3.6 million from a smart contract that was supposed to be unhackable. The money was still there. That's the problem that would break Ethereum in half. A hacker had extracted $50 million worth of Ether, the cryptocurrency that powered the network. But the code worked exactly as written. No law was broken. No password was guessed. The contract did what it was programmed to do. Someone had simply found a door the builders forgot to lock. Rewind to 2015. Ethereum had existed for less than a year. Vitalik Buterin, then 21 years old, had released the blockchain in July. It was designed to do something Bitcoin couldn't: run programs on the ledger itself, not just record transactions, execute code, smart contracts. The idea attracted developers, entrepreneurs, and dreamers. One group decided to test the limits. In April 2016, a team announced the DAO. The acronym stood for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. It was a smart contract, a program running on Ethereum that would function as a venture fund. Investors would send Ether to the contract. The contract would hold it. Members would vote on which projects to fund. No traditional board, no CEO, no lawyers, just code and democracy. The concept caught fire. Within weeks, investors had poured over $150 million into the DAO. It became the largest crowdfunded project in history at that time. The code was public. Developers had reviewed it. Security auditors had looked at it, or so they believed. The DAO's creators felt confident enough to call it revolutionary. But the code had a flaw. It wasn't obvious. It was subtle, the kind of error that reveals itself only when someone thinks sideways about how the contract actually works. The DAO allowed investors to withdraw their Ether if they disagreed with how the fund was managed. It was a protection mechanism, a safety valve. Except the way it was written, the withdrawal function had a problem. When you asked the contract to send you your money back, it would first send the Ether to your address. Then it would update its internal record to show that you'd withdrawn. But what if something interrupted that second step? What if you could call the withdrawal function again before the contract had finished updating? You'd get your money twice. The door was there. It just required knowing how to knock. On June 17th at 3:45 p.m. UTC, someone began executing this maneuver. They created a child contract, a separate smart contract designed to do one thing: call the withdrawal function over and over, as fast as the Ethereum network would allow it. Each time the parent contract sent Ether, the child contract immediately asked for more before the accounting could update. The drain took hours. The Ethereum network kept processing the requests. The DAO kept sending Ether. No alarms sounded. No human was watching. The blockchain was doing exactly what it was programmed to do, which was the problem. By the time anyone noticed, the attacker had extracted about $50 million in Ether, roughly 1/3 of the entire DAO fund. The Ethereum community went into crisis mode. The money was in a wallet on the blockchain. Everyone could see it. The attacker had followed the rules. They'd exploited a logical flaw, not broken encryption or hacked a server. The code had worked as written, but the contract's creators felt betrayed. The investors felt robbed. The network felt broken. Debates erupted. Some developers said the attacker had done nothing wrong. They'd simply found a flaw and exploited it. That's how code works. Others said the spirit of the contract had been violated. That intent matters. That the network should reverse the transaction. That's when things got philosophical, and then political. Ethereum's core developers faced a choice. They could leave the blockchain as it was, respecting the immutability that makes blockchains trustworthy. Or they could rewrite history, roll back the network to before the hack, erasing the attacker's transactions as if they never happened. It would require a hard fork, a change to the protocol itself. The decision wasn't unanimous. Some developers refused to support the fork. They believed that immutability was sacred, that a blockchain that rewrites its history isn't trustworthy, that the hack was a feature, not a bug, a harsh lesson about code quality. They continued running the old version of Ethereum. The network split into two. The majority fork became Ethereum as we know it today. The minority fork became Ethereum Classic. Both are real, both are valid. Both exist on the same codebase, running parallel to each other. One chose to heal, one chose to remember. The DAO hack didn't destroy Ethereum, it fractured it. The attacker's stolen Ether sat in the wallet for months. The community had frozen it with a second smart contract, essentially a digital cage. Eventually, a security company managed to retrieve most of the funds. The DAO was wound down. Investors received partial refunds, but something fundamental had shifted. The hack revealed that smart contracts weren't magic. They were code. Code written by humans, humans who made mistakes. The DAO's creators had written their program in a language called Solidity. It was new, unforgiving. The smallest logical error could cost millions. There was no safety net, no undo button, unless you forked the blockchain itself. Today, the DAO hack is studied in computer science courses. It's taught as a case study in security vulnerabilities. Developers learn to write more careful code. Auditing practices became more rigorous. But the philosophical question remains unresolved. When code is law, what happens when the law has a bug? Do you change the law, or do you live with the consequences? Ethereum survived. It evolved. But it never forgot that it could be forked, that its history could be rewritten. That immutability was a choice, not a law of physics. The DAO hack didn't just change Ethereum. It changed how the entire industry thinks about trust, code, and what happens when they collide. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe to this channel. We cover the moments when technology and human choice collide and what they reveal about the systems we build. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.